Hearing that she is finally ready. Bring her out, please.
I am not.
No, babe.
I don't want anything.
I know you don't.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grimmed. This is a part 2 of my last video where we were about to meet a scammer face-to-face on Dr. Phil's show. So if you missed part 1, go back and watch that first. But without further ado, let's get into it and meet this woman that's been scamming hopeful soon-to-be parents.
I lost my mom at 16, and I moved to a new town, so I lost all my friends, and it just gave me someone to talk to.
So this girl claims that she's just lonely and that's what caused her to do this. And look, I understand that it can be really hard to make friends, you know, especially in today's day and age. It's more and more difficult to feel a real connection with someone, but bruh, this is not a way to go about it, alright? Seriously, this girl has been scamming these couples for years, acting like she is pregnant and acting like she's gonna give her baby to them for adoption, and that's just a twisted trick to pull on people, man. You're getting people's hopes up and being super weird and creepy at the same time just so you can talk to someone. Loneliness is not an excuse to mess with people's lives, so I'm sorry, I really don't have any sympathy for her.
It took my team several hours this morning to convince Gabby to leave her dressing room and appear on stage.
So this girl threw a massive hissy fit when it came to coming on stage. She probably is just nervous about, about to be dragged on the show. But nah, she's been backstage for like 3 hours and just started to just draw on her face with marker for some reason in order to cause a scene. She's acting like an actual maniac at this point, probably because she's about to have to face the music when it comes to all of her bad deeds that she's been doing in the past.
I don't want anything.
I know you don't. But yes, you do. You're gonna be fine. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. You're gonna be absolutely fine, man.
And of course, here the tears start falling when she actually has to walk out on stage. Yeah, it would be pretty embarrassing and stressful to be in this situation, but if anything, you owe it to these people to show your face and try to explain your actions and try to explain why you've been messing with them for so long. I mean, you guys might be feeling bad for this girl, but you have to think of what she's been doing to these families for years, instilling hope for them and stringing them along, and then they think that they're about to start their family and boom, it's revealed that she's just some weird, creepy catfish thing that is just using them for attention. It's time she faces her scam victims and apologizes to them, if you ask me.
I'm really sorry and understand what I did wrong. I want these charges to be dropped.
So there is apparently charges that these people put on this woman, which is awesome. I mean, I'd press charges too. Yes, she should be punished for this. Not exactly sure what you could get her on, but remember, both of these people that she scammed that are on stage right now are both involved in law enforcement. They're cops, so I'm sure they had a really good idea of what to charge her with. This just feels to me like one of those situations where the person only feels bad because they were caught, simply put. I mean, this girl is what, 24 now? And look, she's been doing this since she was 16, bro. That is a long history of messing with people's lives, and I don't think she's going to actually want to stop. It's just now that she has all this pressure on her and is on TV getting exposed for it, there's nothing really else that she can do but cry and apologize.
I can't have children, and to know that somebody's scamming me and I can't have children, it has the same issues that I have.
So this girl is claiming earlier that she was jealous of people who could have kids because she was apparently told that she wouldn't be able to have any at the age of 16, and if that's the case, why is she punishing other people who are in the same boat, like this woman and her husband, for example? That makes no sense to me, and this is another reason why I think she just says things to try to manipulate people into feeling bad for her and pulling the sympathy card, but I'm not falling for it. I'm gonna be honest, when she talks, guys, you can tell something might be a little off about her. I don't know if she's special needs or what, but I think she plays that card very well, being the victim, especially when she's under fire. I mean, she keeps trying to play this sympathy card like I was saying, but look, I see right past that. Instead, I look at her actual actions, and that's the part that's disgusting to me. Like, you have to be a terrible person to try to trick people like this. And you notice how she instantly is like, please drop the charges. I feel like that's the only reason she's on this show is because she got caught and she doesn't want to get in trouble for it. I don't think she has any other reason for this stuff than the fact that she's a bad person and just likes manipulating people.
You got really hostile at times, say ugly things to them. Why do you think you felt that way?
I don't know, but I'm done.
Oh my god, this woman is a real piece of work, I tell you. Dr. Phil is being kind and compassionate and just trying to get her thoughts on why she acts like the way she has been acting, and as soon as she is pressed about something that she did in the past that was negative and she actually is forced to respond, she just tries to leave the stage. Not only is she a terrible scammer that tricks people for her own gain and can't realize why she does it, or actually I'm sure she fully realizes it, but she can't explain it because she's embarrassed, she's also a coward that is too afraid to answer a simple question like this. I mean, even though it did make her look bad, you need to be answering these questions. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this story really struck a chord with me. Like, I feel like these parents are in a really bad situation, and I feel really bad for them, or soon-to-be parents, I should say. They have been scammed, so this really bothers me that she is so immature that she feels she has to just leave the stage whenever something negative gets brought up. She's everything I expected her to be, though. I mean, when you think of someone that's capable of duping people like this, they're gonna have a terrible personality in every aspect, and not being able to own up to her own mistakes is so cringy to me, dude. Like, just sit on stage and answer the dang questions, bruh.
She needs help. It's obvious. If nothing else, I just want her to be able to work through this, whatever she's going through.
Dude, seriously, the worst part of this is the people she scammed are actually legit great people. This wife was super compassionate and patient with her, and you could tell she was trying to talk to her like a normal human being. And even the husband now is like all about her getting help for this, because she realizes too, just like all of us, that there is something really off in this girl's head to make her act like this. She's hurting and has no way of controlling her emotions clearly, so it's just one of those things where it's probably best for her to just get psychiatric help. I'm surprised they were able to be this calm in front of her as well. I'd be so angry seeing the face of someone that tricked me like this. I would be about ready to square up on stage, bruh.
If she would have told me, I would have talked and talked and talked, because I used to do that. That used to be my unit. I used to work a mental health unit.
Wow, this woman is a really, really nice person. I'm just gonna keep saying that. She's even getting sad about the fact that she didn't know sooner, so that she could have tried to talk to this girl and get her the help that she needed and been a friend to her. I'm sure they obviously harbor a lot of resentment towards this girl for hurting them with these lies and this trick, but overall, they both still want her to get past this so that she can be at ease in her mind and not feel like she has to trick people just to get them to talk to her. Like, that's so sad. I just think of all the possible victims of this scam. These people were the least deserving, dude. No one deserves this in general, but they are just great people, and that makes me feel so much worse about this whole situation. At least they have a pretty positive outlook. I guess that's all you can do at this point, is try to be positive.
I think to vent anger at her, although at one level she certainly has earned that, clinically, that's just not something I can support.
The issue with this is that she is so temperamental and reacts so negatively to any sort of pressure, so Dr. Phil really had to kind of beat around the bush when she was on stage, and he wasn't nearly as stern on her as he is on other guests, but she still walked off. You know, sometimes there's really just no reasoning with people, and I think this is one of those situations. This girl knows exactly what she's been doing to these families, but probably just didn't want to admit it, because who wants to admit to themselves that they're a terrible person, you know? That's not easy to do. So she just found it easier to walk off stage, I guess, and walk away from her problems, which is sad, but Dr. Phil really can't be holding her on stage against her will, so she decides she wants to do that, then she's gonna. It just sucks also because these people don't really get the closure they deserve. They legit just got to talk to her for like 10 seconds before she stormed off, and now they probably won't ever see her again, which is a good thing, but if I were them, I'd want to tell her off at least, or try to convince her to stop this so that she doesn't try to hurt other families later doing this same exact thing.
So guys, real quick, I have a super fast challenge that only takes 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just give it a try, it really works.
And you guys are, I'm sorry, just the next in the row. And as soon as you find out, she just moves on, ghosts you.
That's the worst part in all of this. This girl is going to continue to do this stuff, I guarantee it. Dr. Phil barely got a couple sentences out, dude, before this girl stormed off, so I mean, what possible progress could that have made for her in that short time? She's just gonna cry backstage until her shuttle comes to take her back to the airport, and she's gonna go home to her dad's basement again and pull the same tricks on innocent couples for years to come. I just can't stand the thought of that, dude. I think this is the first time in a long time that I've seen someone storm off on stage and not come back. And that just really rubs me the wrong way. Even though it's televised, Dr. Phil is a freaking professional, dude, one of the best. So for you to just turn your back on a world of help like that is terrible in my eyes. That's so disrespectful to these two people that you just scammed too. Like, at least give them the gratification of talking with you for a bit about this, even just for 15 minutes, dude. Endure the cringe of being faced with your demons and just get through it for them. I think they deserve it.
I think she needs serious help. I mean, when you say that she's got all of these diagnoses.
Dr. Phil is basically telling the dad of this girl who is now on stage that he needs her to get seriously checked out and try to get her evaluated so that they can get her in the right meds and have her a bit more evened out, since she was probably misdiagnosed with a lot of things in her past. And right now, that being combined with her already borderline psychotic behavior is a bad combination that can lead to more craziness down the road. You know, I feel really bad for this father because he lost his wife and is now faced with having to raise his crazy daughter all by himself, but hopefully he can get her the help she needs before it's too late. great. And speaking of that, Dr. Phil actually does pull his classic move and brings up the ranch as an offer for her, and surprisingly she accepts. You know, to be honest, I was reading the comments of this original video, and it would make sense this point that someone brought up. They were saying that she probably only agreed to go because she thought those charges would be dropped in exchange. I'm not sure if that's the case, but either way, I think she really is going to get the help that she needs because she's a little loopy, and you shouldn't be doing that. She's messing with people's lives, and that's just overall disgusting. All in all, this was a crazy story. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this wild two-part series. Let me know if you want more two-parters in the future. I like doing multiple, episodes like this. I thought this was pretty fun. Anyways, as always, I'll see you guys in the next video, and until then, peace out.